You know, I just picked up the camera. I thought you were sleeping. Hi, everybody. It's Robbie from Southern California, and we are in winter. Yes, on a beautiful, warm, sunny day, but it's changing. I think today and tomorrow is going to be the last warm days, and then we're dropping down into the 40s. Wanted to do a quick zip around the deck because I haven't shown you the deck for a couple weeks. All in all, everything is exactly the same. I've got still mint up against the house, so keeping it warm. I have chocolate mint, garlic chives, walking onions, sorrel, the red vein sorrel. That's going to go out by the bathtub in the yard. And look at this. This is stevia. All the stevia had died back, but I've got a container in here. You know how I layer. And by layering, it's keeping it very damp. It's up against the house here, so it's warm, and it is making a big comeback. And I've been using it to make tea. So that has been fantastic. These are all seeds, but I don't really grow stevia from seeds. But if it comes up and it tastes good, I'll just let it do its thing. The oregano needs to be separated. It's just too tight. So I'll get to that soon. Like I said, it's all pretty much the same. The parsley is still growing. I've got some cuttings from my special collard over there. Actually, it's a hybrid. I'm not sure really what it is, but if it grows right, it'll have big round leaves. So I've got my first cutting here from the garden. I've got some sow thistle coming up, and I've been leaving that for the goldfinches because they come to the deck and they've been eating the sow thistle along with the basil seeds. So I've been leaving that for them. But as you can see, you know, everything is pretty much the same. And I'm just trying to think of what I'm going to do in the spring. Over here, you know, I've got some little things sitting in here. There's lettuce. There's some weeds that have to come out, a little bit of mint. And then I've got a tomatillo in here. Look how beautiful that is. If I leave it there, it will just go in there and I'll have a pop of all kinds of seeds coming out of there and it growing. But, you know, there's other ones in there, see? And so I may take that in and eat it. I'm not sure. Something got to this. So some bird or something's been sitting up here. The birds eat the greens. Not sure. So I may cover this with tulle. This is dill. Dill is coming up. And then again, I've got some Swiss chard coming up, both green and red. Still have walking onions. Look at this moringa. Yes, look at the moringa. Got a pot here that I water that has some parsley in it, and I think Kitty eats some of my parsley. And then I've got a moringa that's coming up, and look how big it is. I actually put that in my tea the other day. It was okay. I put it in my chocolate mint tea, but it kind of gave it a little bit of a bite, so I may just keep that in a green drink next time. But I figured for nutrients, I would add that in. More red vein sorrel. Look at that. Isn't that something? Here I only had one plant and couldn't get to do anything. Just had the one plant, split it off, and now I've got seeds everywhere. Keep coming up. Look at the papalo. Oh, I have an interesting thing to say on papalo. I grew some in the house from seed. Well, without any bees, no pollination, I now have seeds on my windowsill from papalo that never was outside, so it doesn't need to be pollinated by bees. It's self-pollinating. Just a point to kind of keep, you know, in thought. If you ever wonder if you can grow it as a houseplant and plant the seeds. Normally, if something is no good, the seeds won't even develop. It would just not open. But it has viable seeds. So it's just something to think about. And I have never seen bees go to this. So I don't think I'd go to it either. It's kind of got an odd smell. She's very interested in this. So that is really interesting, and you can grow it as a houseplant. Gary's been using it for dinner or anytime he has any type of Mexican type food, and he adds it in, and it's been coming off of the windowsill. This I just put here. This has got nothing in it yet. It's got soil in it. Some of it is from here. I put it in there. Some of it's a little potting soil and a bunch of leaves in there because this is going to be the new home probably for a tomato plant come spring. And look at this. My purple basil that was there that died back, well, a seed came up. So we'll see if this is going to make it. But I got purple basil in the winter that just came up. And then, of course, I've got my sage, parsley. I'm sorry, this is celery. I've got my parsley here. And then that's the eggplant. We'll see what happens with that. And this is all garlic chives coming up because I kind of tossed the seeds around. Really nothing's in there. I had carrots and radishes and they've been all removed. Still have mint growing there, and that's a sprouting broccoli. So we'll see what happens with that. Yes, lettuce in an ice cream container. Isn't that cool? And then here also, like I said, I haven't really planted anything. I've got some walking onions. See a little walking onion there? You can actually see the bulb there. Oh, this one got knocked over when I watered it, so I'll have to get that back in. See the roots it set? I collected them and just put them in a pot. More celery. You saw me kind of move that last time. Tomatoes are still growing in the winter on the deck. Look at the flowers. The beautiful flowers. My tricolored sage, been trimming that. That's doing really good. And I still have basil. I have basil, so I've got enough for pizza. I still have sage. I have basil. See, this is why I've been leaving the flowers, because the bees have been coming to it. And that's important too, because we're also going to get a lot of flowers in the winter. There's not as many, so I leave the flowers and let it do its thing. If the plant would have died back, all right, but it didn't. It just keeps on going. And then here, same thing. I've got a Papalo that went to seed. This is the end of the seeds. They've been flying around. You won't find Papalo here growing like a weed, because lots of things eat the seedlings. As soon as they come up, if you don't protect them, the tiny little seedlings with the 2 little leaves, something eats it. So I have to usually protect it. Now, when you've got hundreds of them in there, then yes, a few of them will make it. But if they were kind of blue all over, then if they're just sporadic, you'll find that roly-polies, birds, a lot of things eat them when they first come up. They don't have, the Papalo taste. And so they just don't make it all over the yard. I've never seen one come up just in the yard. But in flower pots where you're protecting them in containers, that's where you see them come up. Look at this. Look at this, about 85 degrees. So I've got celery. I still have Malabar spinach growing. It's gone a little off color because it's off season. Green sorrel, more green sorrel. Oh, the Swiss chard, and more spinach, Malabar spinach in there. Just really nothing. I think there's a cutting in there of a collard. As you can see, it's the same thing. We just walked around there. So I just wanted to show you what's going on. And here's something. I'll show you what I did. I'm debating if I'm going to plant this or just compost it. It's celery. Let's walk over here. Still have a few of those little carrots. They really grow tiny. They're like little pearls, so I shouldn't say like marbles. I don't know if I'll bother growing them again because they're so tiny, but they grow good. Here I'll show you what I did the other day and why I'm going to work on this more. Now this plant's got a problem. I started removing a bunch of leaves. No matter how much I water it, the next day it looks terrible. So what's wrong with it? It's celery. I'm watering it. Everything was fine until now. It's a simple fix. The truth is it's root bound. Celery has a massive root system. There is a big root system. And think about it. Your plants, no matter what's happening on the top, are not going to stop growing roots. They grow new roots all the time to bring up nutrients. So all I can do right now with this, and which I have been doing, is, in the meantime, remove anything it doesn't need. This is starting to go yellow on the top. I'm removing that, but I'm not fixing the problem. This is only helping out the plant a little bit because it will need less water to take care of the plant if there's less on the top. That's what a lot of people do. You trim plants down because it will need less of a root system, but it doesn't mean it's going to stop growing the roots. So in the meantime, until I'm ready, I'm taking off what I'm not going to use. See how wilted it looks? Well, it's definitely root bound. This is a small container. It grew pretty big when you look at it, how big it is down here. But the real true fix on this would be to remove either both or one of them and start over. The plant's over a year old. It's taking up a lot of space. So no matter how much I water this container, and I do water it all the time, there's less soil in there. That's kind of the easiest way to explain it. There's less soil in there because it's all roots, and the roots have pulled up all the nutrients. Let's let the jet go by for a minute. So the roots are pulling up you know, nutrients and everything. I mean, your soil gets compacted, nutrients, minerals, everything goes into the plant. So you end up with less soil. Even if it was full to the top, it's going to compact down. But the point is, there's roots everywhere. This whole thing, if you try to stick your finger in, the soil gets really hard. It's not the soil, it's the roots. If you were growing in a grow bag, as soon as it hits the side, because it will air prune, it will grow back inward. When you're growing in plastic or any place, if there's rocks, any place it can't grow, where it can't go through and it doesn't dry out, it will wind around. So either way, what it's doing is it's just becoming more and more roots. That's why after a while, what you really want to do is you replant, especially plants that are annuals. Now, celery can go on for many, many years. As soon as it goes to seed, you chop it back and it will start again from the roots. But you know, right now I'm just going to thin it down. Everybody's barking. I'm going to just thin it down and then decide in the spring what I want to do. The other answer to me, which I did here, okay, we got most of it off, the yellowing leaves. It doesn't need yellowing leaves because remember, it's still taking care of yellowing leaves, so it's trying to pull water up in there, is putting another container on the top. That adds in more soil. The roots from these plants will go, if the holes are on the bottom, up and grow into this container. And then the parsley, I've got another layer here. That all adds water to this. So even if this was compacted with roots and it wasn't holding enough water, this container and this container will all help hold water. Okay, I think we're good for now, and we'll see what happens when spring comes. Maybe I'll pull it all out. And you know, if I really wanted to keep this celery, there's actually 3 of them there. I didn't even realize. Look at that, there's 3. I could actually go in there, pull the whole thing out, and put them in their own pots. But celery grows so easy. It grows like a weed here. So that's what that was all about. I want to cater to the tomato plant, which will grow up against the house here. And then I can take care of the parsley. And this way it has more room now for the roots because that whole thing is out. Probably will end up getting another 1 or 2 out because I have so much celery. So we'll see as time goes what I decide to do. But right now, it's not root bound anymore. There's enough soil in that corner that the plants can spread their roots around and it'll work really, really good. So I will still have parsley because parsley I like a lot. Celery I've got all over the place. I don't have to cater to it. This is all parsley. Some of it's in pots. I've got some garlic chives in pots. I've got parsley here growing in a little food container and it's really set root in there, which is fine because look how well it gets watered. I water this and it really holds good the water for that parsley. That's why it's doing so well. This is lettuce that was in a food container. It's gone to seed because of the heat, and that's okay. I can collect the seed or let it blow around and it'll land in there and grow. This is a little cutting of oregano. So I want to get that, oh, it's windy. I want to get that in a bigger pot. And then walking onions I've been collecting, and see more celery. This is all celery. And then down here, you know what's really good? If you've got containers, let's say milk containers or water containers, make some holes on the lid. And look, in a pinch, you can water your plants really quickly and have a little container there. So you don't have to go get a hose or a watering can. And just leave it there, and then you can hit your little seedlings real quick with water if you've got them outside. Oh, I had this in my window, in my shoe bag that I'm growing in, my shoe rack, and I brought it outside to remind myself these are awful big. I should get them in a pot. Look at the roots. See how the root system went in there? So I just stuck it out here. I made this thing out of tomato stakes, and I put some containers there. But I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because I know the sun is really going to crack these. So they won't last long, but you know, it's something that I can just sit some things in here temporarily until I take it down. And see, I just put some more in there. I'll get it in my window. I'm growing all kinds of herbs in the window too. So that's basically it. Just coming out here, been trimming a little bit and kind of thinking what I'm going to do. I'm not really changing anything here. I'm just going to freshen up when the time is right and get a few more things here. So at night, if it's dark or I don't feel like going out to the garden, I can just step out here and I can grab a pepper. Isn't that cool? I can grab some onions or dill. I could grab lettuce, basil, little things, more sage. I can just come out here, grab a few things, and make tea if I want with some stevia and mint. I don't even have to walk anywhere if I didn't want to. Everything is right here at my fingertips. So that's what's going on. But now I'm going to set up pots and do more layering. See, there's pots in here. Plants do really good if you layer a container. So I'm going to get it all set up so when spring comes, in a couple months, I will have this all ready to go and just drop in the seeds I want or the plants that I grew that I want to try up here for the spring and summer. With that, have a wonderful, wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye, everybody.